What's up guys, CommandoSanta here and welcome back to Buffalo Valley. And today we are working on more of the River Rapids ride. And more importantly, we're working on a thing. It's kind of the iconic little before the first kind of lift thing. They had it in the Grizzly River Run, and I really kind of liked it, so I had to try and incorporate it into here. But I definitely put my own spin on it because I don't believe in copying things because it's how I am. I spent a good amount of time on this, and I probably won't show any more of the build for this, but I did go back a few more times and add a lot more things to it. It's just pretty cool, it's one of the first things you go through before you go up the first lift there, and it just it sets the mood, sets the tone for the entirety of the ride. And I'm copying a Disney park, and it has to be Disneyified or whatever. They have these like huge, very cool, interesting looking things going on, and you go through it, and you kind of go through like a gateway into the world of the theme of what the ride makers were trying to do. This is the theme of the ride, is kind of like a wood style, more kind of, nature style. It's kind of jumbled here because down by where the station is, it's definitely going to be like a wood cabin, log mining sawmill town thing with a lot of like close together buildings and structures and stuff. But up in the mountain, when you get up there, it's more isolated. And when you're working your way back down, you start to get to more different things. And it's really cool. And I'm actually kind of happy with how this came so far, because it's for sure different than, the ride itself that I'm basing this off of. But with my own spin on it, it's coming along really well. And this sets the tone. So you go through the beginning here, and everything's pretty close together, and once you get to the top, you're in the ride. You're going to be secluded, kind of sort of. I mean, secluded as in like you're on a raft floating through rapids, and there's drops here and there. But it's pretty straightforward. Now, one of the things I didn't expect is how long this ride's actually going to be taking. I have spent so much time on this, and I know last episode I did say I kind of, I was hoping maybe like this episode would be the last. Well, it's not. As I was putting together all the footage for this, I tried to include the station footage, and the station footage after I included it was going to make this video like an hour long. So I was like, I'll just do the station and like the things around the station all together in their own separate episode. So we're for sure going to have one more episode after this, and it'll be great. You guys will like it. After that, I know I really want to do that restaurant, but that might actually come later. I did in between episodes add like a few just kind of random shops because people were complaining about shops, but I know I shouldn't be worrying about it. It's it's creative mode really, but I worry about it because you see the little notifications in the top right corner. It's like, oh, guests are thirsty. You need to give them drinks. Or they're hungry. They need beef and stuff like that. So I just kind of added it. But I really do want to do the restaurant. That is on my radar. It's going to happen, so don't worry. But yeah, probably after the station, I'm not going to show any more of the build because the rest of the build is just going to be like, making everything, lots of fine details that I'm going to go back and forth here and there and add a few things just to spend some actual real time on it and not actually record it, which I've done a lot of already in between these episodes, and it's coming along very well. But after that's all said and done, so after the next episode, I'm going to upload a separate video, and it's going to be a POV video where we actually do ride the ride a few times, and we can talk about it as we're going. And we can talk about things I like, things I don't like as we're going through it. But after next episode, this is over with. We're going to move on to bigger and better things because I've been kind of working on this too long, and I'm getting a little anxious about, how many more episodes am I going to be doing of this? This has got to get real boring pretty quick. So So yeah, we're just gonna, we'll move on after this. But let me tell you guys, this is coming. It's coming along fantastic. It's gonna look so good, and it's one of the things, you come into the entrance, you take a right, and you just kind of stop and look, and you're like, wow, that's really cool. I want to go ride that. And that is exactly what everyone thinks. So I'm having this problem. So I have a path that a little bit later you might see some of it, but I have a path that comes like along the mountain under the supports for the upwards hill, and it turned into the biggest bottleneck ever, because everyone wants to ride this ride because it's a water ride, and they, for some reason, really love riding water rides in this game. So it's pretty funny. They get these huge bottlenecks, and everyone's trying to fight to get to the ride. And this ride gave me the achievement when I opened it for the first time. I just kind of wanted to open it. I just wanted to see it go, I got the achievement for like making $10,000 a month. And this and the other ride are the only rides that are open. So this ride pretty much got me that achievement where it's like, you've made like X amount of money per month achievement, just for being open and letting it run for like 5 minutes. So it was pretty fantastic. This ride is definitely going to be a money maker, even though we're, in creative mode, but that's besides the point. So after, once, as you guys can probably see, I wanted to incorporate a canal system into this, not like a general looking canals with not dug canals, but more of canals that have like the rock sidings that, run flat with terrain on each side. So it's like a hard drop, but it's more of a man-made canal, not like, a normal kind of like stream or something that they just built something on. They like, it looks like they kind of like dug into this canal and actually, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, you can see it right there, like that rock supports and everything, kind of rock walls just lining each of the edges, and it looks great. And I think in the video at the end, I might actually show what I did with the rest of it, and it's it's really cool. The canals I'm going to have run pretty much from here down to the station and past the station a little bit, just to kind of like get that feeling like, well, we're in kind of like a Banished-esque town. If you've ever played the game Banished, lots of like canal waterway built town, because back in the day, all these the settlements and stuff like this were, you'd build them on canals or waterways, because that's water's a source of life, and why would you not build by water? So I don't know, it's aesthetically pleasing, and it just makes me really happy to see it. So it's great. It looks great. I'm so proud of it. But yeah, that leads me to what's coming up next, which I pretty much talked about. It's going to be the station building. The station building, I don't know, I just wanted to fit in kind of okay, but it looks good. It looks really good, and we'll definitely talk about it more once we actually get to the station video, which is going to be next. If you're watching this one, it's already out. But yeah, so I don't know what else to do with this after I'm done with this ride. I definitely have the paths coming in, and they look really cool, and I have kind of like, it funnels the people one way, and then you can come up and over. So there's 2 ways to get here, and then kind of making like a path structure that allows people to just, use that way as like a scenic walkway instead of sitting on the main path. So it's definitely useful. It's functional. It works. So I can't wait to show you guys when we're done. There is some pictures up, but not the most recent pictures. But so I was working on this a couple days ago, and I was putting some finishing touches on this building a couple days ago, and for some reason it got duplicated into itself like multiple times. So as in like it made copies of itself on itself. So I actually deleted this building multiple times, and it was still there. This is when I first noticed it. I was like, I saw a lot of like the clipping textures. If you ever seen the clipping textures in this game, and like they flicker and stuff as like overlapping textures. I'm like, oh, this doesn't look right. So I deleted it. and it was the same thing that was there. It looks like I didn't delete anything. So I don't know what caused that. It kind of reminds me of like a City Skylines bug where like all the trees would get randomly duplicated and onto each other, and it looked like crap. And it definitely looked like crap in this. It was kind of frustrating because I would click on the building and I would hit delete and have like, you know, a mini heart attack. Is like, is the building going to be deleted? And I know I can hit undo, but it's, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't like deleting what I've just spent most of my time on. But it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. But I think I fixed it. There's still a few glitching textures, but hopefully I'll get that ironed out in a couple days. Yeah, so other than that, this building came out pretty cool. And we'll definitely take a look-see more in the kind of like the focus shots at the end. So I kind of want to keep this episode a little short. I mean, there's nothing really going on in this episode, so leave me a suggestion in the comments, or let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a like. Definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. This is what I do on a weekly, possibly bi-weekly basis. I just build cool things like this. And let me know what you guys think. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Until next time.